Hello my YouTube fam and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Megan and I am so excited for today's video. This has been one of my most requested videos recently, which is all about my current supplementation routine, and I always also get questions about my diet, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit on here as well. And before we get started, I just want to emphasize that supplements are supplemental to your diet, meaning supplements are not necessary to see results or to see progress in the gym. I often see a lot of people say, what supplement should I be taking? What do I have to take to see results? The beauty of supplements is that truly they can be used to fill in gaps that you have in your diet or in your lifestyle. And I'm a big believer in only utilizing a supplement if you really feel that you need it or would benefit from it, rather than just buying a bunch of things that you see a bunch of people using that may not be doing much for you. And of course, always know and do what's best for you. Do your research before you buy and get anything, and always talk to your doctor if you have any concerns about supplementation or anything in your diet as well. I'm gonna start off with just like a little backstory on my relationship with nutrition and with food and with supplements and just kind of everything, just to give you guys like a base of who I am and like where I'm at in my fitness journey when it comes to the other component, which is the nutrition side. I have always been very lenient when it comes to nutrition. I've always been very unrestrictive. I've always been very graceful and balanced with my nutrition. I've never really ever done a diet. I've never put myself on a cut. I've never put myself on a bulk. I've never counted calories. I've never counted macros. And that's really rare, I feel like, to find now in the fitness industry. Not trying to like call myself rare, but just saying like, I find it very rare now to see anyone talking about how you can still live a healthy lifestyle, focus on nutrition, focus on getting to the gym every week, but live in a balanced way where you eat how you want to during the week and the weekends, and you don't count everything that you're eating. And so the first thing I want to emphasize, supplements, you don't need them. I personally work with a supplement company, which is why I'm able to afford to take all of these supplements in a month. If I wasn't working with a supplement company, I probably wouldn't be taking like all of these supplements that I'm showing you guys right now. I'd probably just really stick to a few that I know I really need. For example, like I'm taking a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. That wouldn't be my top priority. The other thing that I wanted to say is that you absolutely can see and make progress even if you do not count your calories or if you do not count your macros. And I absolutely don't want to minimize anybody who does count their macros or does count their calories, because that is a very hard thing to do and be consistent with. It's a very disciplined thing to do and be consistent with, and it's not a negative thing. It's not a bad thing if you are doing it. I just find that it's not practical for longevity, and it's not something that everybody can do with their careers, with their lifestyles. Although I'm not counting my calories, although I'm not counting my macros, I'm mindful of the things that I'm eating. I cook 95% of my meals in a week. I probably go out to eat 1 to 2 meals max in a week, if that. So even though I don't track things, it doesn't mean that I'm not mindful, and it doesn't mean that I just do whatever I want. I'm still mindful, but I just practice that mindfulness in a way that isn't about numbers. I also will never skip a sweet treat. I have a sweet treat a day. I have the sweetest tooth in the world. Does that mean that I eat 10,000 cookies a day? No, it just means that I don't restrict myself from those urges to have a sweet treat, because what happens is a lot of people have restrictions, and then when they're able to eat something, they go crazy because they're never allowing themselves to eat it. To tie into this, a lot of people are like, well, then how do you know you're getting enough protein to build muscle? And my answer to that is really, you will never 100% know if you're not counting it every day. That's just like the honest truth. But for me, I have established like a baseline of protein per day. So in terms of protein, typically you're gonna want 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So for me, what I like to do is I have a baseline protein that I hit every single day. I make sure that in my breakfast, I get a minimum of 13 to 14 grams per day because I eat the same breakfast every day. I drink a 30-gram protein shake every single day. I eat a 20-gram yogurt often. So I have ways where I look at the snacks that I'm having, I look at the foods that I have consistently, I know their protein intake, and then I really am a hard hitter on protein at lunch and at dinner to make sure that I'm up there. So do I know 100% that I'm eating enough protein? No, but do I know that it's in the front of my mind and I'm being mindful and I'm trying to? Yes, and I think that that is way more sustainable long term for me than if I were to track it every single day and put that pressure on it. So before we get into the supplement chat, I just want to say I am affiliated with PE Science. I do work with them. They are my supplement sponsor, but that does not mean I'm telling you guys that you have to buy these exact products from them. I personally just really like their stuff. I've used it for the past year now, and I really just have enjoyed using it. I find that it's really working well for me, and they offer a lot of the supplements that I need. I do have some products that aren't from PE Science that I will mention as well. If you guys do want to shop PE Science, I have a code SHMEGS. I'll put it on the screen. It does save you guys 10% if you want to use it. And now, without further ado, I'm going to be getting into the supplements that I take and why. Emphasis on I. These are not supplements you guys have to take. You guys might not need any of these things, but I found that these are things that I was lacking in my diet that I benefit from taking oral supplements for. And I honestly haven't been very consistent with supplementation throughout my fitness journey and throughout my life. I've always struggled to take things daily, but lately I have made it such a big priority to make sure every single night I take my pills. And I honestly feel like an 80-year-old because I'm like, oh my god, I gotta take my pills. Oh my god, I gotta buy my pills. And I have this like cute little pill pouch that has like literally 10 or 15 pills just because some of the serving sizes are so big. And truly with supplements, if you're not consistent, if you're not taking them like every single day, if you're not bringing them with you when you travel, you're not going to see the benefit, because some of these things you have to continuously load in your body. They're not something that you can take once and see and reap benefits from. So don't buy a bunch of supplements if you know in your heart you're not going to be consistent with taking them, because then you're also kind of just throwing your money down the drain. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the daily supplements that I take. I have them right here. I have an army on my hand. So these supplements here are going to be micronutrients, and micronutrients are going to be all of our nutrients that we require in the body at smaller amounts. Starting off with just a classic daily vitamin. This is the PE Science True Multi Women's Formula Daily Vitamin, and it has 23 vitamins and minerals. The serving size on this is 3 capsules, which is kind of a lot, but this basically has like all of the main vitamins that you would need in one capsule. So we have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, E, K2, riboflavin, niacin, folate, and for the most part, it is the daily value that the average person would need. This for me has just been really good because I know that I'm probably lacking in a lot of these areas. I don't have a blood panel to prove that, but just by having something that encompasses everything, it does help me a lot to just take this rather than buying my own vitamin D, rather than buying my own folate, vitamin A, etc. And this would be a supplement that I would say is beneficial to pretty much anybody who wants to start supplementation but just doesn't really know where. Having a general daily multivitamin, I think, can benefit everybody. The next supplement that I take every single day are omega-3 fatty acids. And I really like these ones from PE Science because they don't have a fishy taste, because a lot of omega-3s tastes literally like fish and it's so nasty. And if you guys aren't familiar with omega-3s, they have so many benefits, so I definitely look it up for more details. A big reason that I'm personally taking this is because it can be beneficial in your heart health by helping to lower your blood pressure and also lower triglycerides. People have also seen these to be beneficial for their joint health. I find this to be a good supplement because it can be hard to get omega-3s in your daily diet. Next is a little bit of a newer addition. I've only been taking this for like 2 weeks now, but I still wanted to include it. I am going back on to creatine. I haven't taken creatine in years, to be honest, and I will never say that I've really ever taken creatine consistently enough to see and reap the benefits. So since I've been so consistent with my other supplements, I wanted to really give this a shot and be consistent with creatine and see what it could do for my body in the gym, but also because creatine has a lot of benefits when it comes to your brain health. So to explain creatine in a more like sciencey way, creatine, when you ingest it, is going to help to create phosphocreatine stores in your muscles, and it helps to generate more ATP. And what this means in more lay terms is that when you take creatine, you're going to build the stores in your muscle to allow your muscles to have more energy over time. This doesn't immediately mean that your body is just gonna look better because you take creatine. It just means that it's gonna give your muscles more energy to work harder, that if you work hard enough and take creatine and are doing other things properly, you can see a lot of benefit in your body from doing that consistently. Because when you think of it, more energy, harder work, harder weights, reps, sets, output, greater results. over time. Next is the supplement I kind of mentioned earlier as a unnecessary one that I just personally have been loving. This is Renuvia by PE Science. It is a hair, skin, and nail vitamin, and it has things like biotin, hyaluronic acid, ceramides. I can confidently say, guys, I had shitty nails. These are my real nails underneath of the gel, and I used to have very brittle nails, and now I have super strong nails, and I definitely attribute it to this and probably some of the other supplements that I'm taking as well. It's not a necessary supplement. It is kind of like a beauty supplement, but it is still been really good, and it's a super easy thing to add into my routine. Next supplement I have is my magnesium. This is magnesium glycinate. I take all of my supplements at night. If you take them in the morning, I would take magnesium glycinate at night because it does help in sleep quality. And I've actually really seen this since taking it. I've noticed that I have much deeper sleep and I don't wake up in the middle of the night when I've been taking this. I've taken this for so long. And this one I've gotten from Costco. So if you guys have a Costco, I would recommend looking for it there. And then here's another one that I got from Costco. This is just an iron supplement. I personally started taking this because I know for a fact I'm lower iron, just with the way that I would stand up and the room would spin for so long, and I just didn't do anything about it. This is also super beneficial for any woman who's having a period. Obviously, when you're on your period, you're losing blood. Then we have my women's probiotics here. This is the brand that I use. It's Nature's Target. I just get it off of Amazon. My best friend actually recommended these. Taking a probiotic, I can't even emphasize how much it has helped me. And I know you hear that stuff all the time and it's like, okay, we get it, your gut health, but like this has helped me so much. I was not eating a lot of pre and probiotics in my diet, and so just focusing on taking one every day has really helped with full body inflammation, bloating, your immune system, digestion, everything. So I definitely recommend a probiotic. It does not have to be this brand, but I do like this brand, and my friend was taking it and liked it, so I trusted her judgment. And lastly, I did want to note 2 things that I am on that aren't supplements per se, but are important just to get a scope of like things that I have going on in my body. I do take hormonal birth control. I've taken hormonal birth control since I was like 16 years old. So I've always taken that. There's no like newness to that. And then I'm also taking spironolactone. I had a really bad situation with hormonal acne. It was like the worst I've ever had acne in my life. It was horrible. I was getting huge, deep cystic acne. I had it like all over my face. It was the least confident I've ever been in my entire life, honestly. And I just couldn't figure out like what was going on. And it was just because my hormones were all out of whack. And I didn't immediately go on a spironolactone. I would take a supplement to help kick down inflammation and then see if it got better, but it would always come back around my cycle, which just proved that it was hormonal. I did not want to get on Accutane, so we tested spironolactone and that did work for my body after like 3 months of taking it consistently. So I'm just rolling with it and continuing to take that as well. And that is my assembly line of daily supplements. I know it might seem like a ton, but it does definitely fill in the gaps of everything that I feel like I'm missing and needing in my diet. And I didn't just like wake up one day and start taking all of these. Like it really was like a slow implementation. Don't just like buy a million supplements. Like start small. Even starting with just the daily vitamin and seeing like what that can do for you is huge. Then start increasing over time if you feel that you need more. That is all my daily supplements. In terms of occasional supplements that I will take, I have been drinking energy drinks a lot from PE Science, or occasionally I will use like a pre-workout from them as well. I don't drink coffee, so I'm okay to like get my caffeine from those sources, but I do try to be mindful of caffeine, and you guys should too if you're already drinking a lot of coffee in your day. Pre-workout is not necessary. Caffeine is not necessary. It's literally just if you feel that you need more energy, that's where it can play a positive role in your fitness journey. So don't feel like it's going to do anything for you. It's really just a benefit if you are low on energy but have to hit a workout. I used to think that I had to take pre-workout before every workout just because I would always see people doing it, but it's not something that I would recommend growing an attachment to needing for your workout. You don't need to take pre-workout. And as you guys can see behind me, I have some protein powders. I sometimes take protein powder, but honestly, I haven't been as much lately. If I use it, I typically will put it in like oats or like a recipe, but I don't really just straight up like drink a protein shake very often anymore, but I do want to try to probably get back into that soon. On that topic, I also wanted to let you guys know that I did cut out whey protein from my diet, and that helped immensely with my skin. Eating a lot of whey protein alongside my hormonal issues and everything was just not serving my skin, so I did cut out whey. I still obviously will get whey sometimes in some of the things that I eat, but not having 30 to 60 grams of whey a day has definitely made a difference for me. So if you're struggling with your acne, do try that as an experiment and see if that does anything for you, because my dermatologist saved me with that one. I do have some vegan protein powders that are pea based that I do want to get into using more regularly, but again, I just don't really like protein powder that much, but I do try to use it because it is a helpful way to get way more protein in your diet. I have yapped your ears off and I've almost yapped the camera battery off, so I am going to cut it here. I hope that this was in some way, shape, or form educational for you guys and just gave you guys a little bit more insight on the nutrition side of working out. I just want to say that it doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be restrictive. You can see progress by going to the gym consistently, aiming to eat whole foods, focus on protein. There's ways to find a balance that is sustainable. And for me, that comes from hitting all my workouts, hitting all my supplements that I feel like I need, and then eating a clean diet 90 to 95% of the week. If you guys have any follow-up questions, please feel free to comment them down below. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in and for caring. Love you guys, and I will see you guys very, very soon in a new one. Bye guys.